Hi, I'm Caroline Kraft, and I'm leader of Group 6.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
Hi, I'm Celine.
Hi, I'm Mahogany.
Hi, I'm Teresa.
And our topic is communication and video, digital messaging, strategic storytelling, drones, and creativity in future work. Our research question is, how does each subtopic affect, impact, or change worldviews in future works relating to communications?
I'm going to be doing mine on video and communication. Video as a communication technology can provide messages to a much larger and much more diverse kind of audience than many other forms of communication can, because it's a highly and easily distributable format. The video format can also help increase communication in general through many platforms of social media, such as Zoom, Skype, YouTube, and online schooling. When it comes to the future of video communication, there are going to be many professionals who are much more capable of producing and sharing video content in the future. Currently, there are many video communication systems that are being designed for the future that aim at supporting the sharing of everyday activities and special events in people's lives to connect in a much more deeper way than we do now. One example of a device that's being designed is a video device that follows people around during their daily activities to create a much more intimate setting. And then a second example is a device called ShareTable that allows children in divorced families to connect with their remote parents in a much more intimate way.
I did my research on digital messaging, and I found out that digital messaging has been used more and more by corporations, students, doctors throughout the world. By taking on digital messaging, companies are able to easily reach out to others in a simple way, thus releasing the hassle of speaking face-to-face. By use of digital messaging, the average workday, it's able to be more productive and faster when used properly. Through email, text messaging, GroupMe, Facebook, and websites such as LinkedIn, professors, teachers, companies, patients are able to speak to each other in a more productive way, thus making it a lot easier. Media richness, interpretive context, and behavioral context all lead back to digital messaging and how it is perceived and interpreted by those people who are receiving said digital messages. Face-to-face, although is more convenient in some cases or can be more intimate, digital messaging has other and can be used in a faster way. For example, innovative techniques have helped companies to easily remind and reinforce some topics. There was a recent case of influenza vaccines for pregnant women, and throughout the 4 weeks, a major pharmacy was able to remind and reinforce text messages for 4 weeks, and thus making the vaccine more available for pregnant women.
Okay, I'm going to be presenting on strategic storytelling. Society and culture are built on a foundation of storytelling. It makes up 65% of interpersonal communication. Strategic storytelling has been used in the past as a war propaganda tactic. Of course, I am referencing the myth that General Napoleon was a very short man. He was actually 5'7", but this helped the British Army belittle the French Army. Now, strategic storytelling is used to shape and form brands' images, and I believe that is how the future is going to progress. Tom's is a great example of this with their buy one, give one campaign. It is very misleading, making people think that they're giving shoes to children in Africa, but really Tom's is making a big profit margin from this. I believe that brands in the future will use strategic storytelling to create an image on multimedia platforms, and this image will help sell better than any ad can.
I did my research on drones. Over 60 incidents in which drones have saved lives, people or animals. There has been over 100 reports of successful drone missions, fire, law enforcement, search and rescue. It was reported that drones soared after Hurricane Harvey and Irma, and drones have capabilities of seeing things that we can't see from the ground. So like hostages, flood, tornadoes, sharks in the water. Drones help show the magnitude of the hurricane and the damage that it caused without having to go out and see it yourself and report it. The drones would patrol for looting and search and rescues. During Irma, they flew over 1,000 missions. When flying the drones, you have to keep in mind that one must check for flight restrictions before you go out and fly the drone, and must get government approval before flying one. Some negatives were drones are being used for bad things like a killing machine or intrusive eye in the sky, which some people felt very uncomfortable by. And there have not been proper stories depicting the nonviolent tendencies of the machine outside of the military. And some other positives would be drones being used for broadcasting have become more common. And a lot of broadcasting companies operate drones for movies and narratives, televisions, and sport matches. Google and Facebook are trying to provide Wi-Fi services for developing countries via drone.
Hi, I did my research on creativity. Creativity is defined as an imprecise construct because there's not necessarily a definition for what it means to be creative because it comes in many different shapes, forms, and sizes. Creative communication was previously considered mostly vocal, and since the technology era has taken over, it's become much more technological and virtual. Social bonding increases with increased creativity, meaning that companies are able to relate to their publics more through their creative strategic approaches. Cost has increased more with the new technology era, whether companies can feel it or not, because now they're having to pay for ads on Instagram, for example, on Twitter, on Facebook, to reach their targeted publics. Also, one of the defining factors of human existence is creativity. So the most creative company is typically the one who progresses more whenever they have campaigns that are able to appeal to their publics the best.
And that concludes our research project. Good job, guys.